Hi, it's Lindsay Diane from Decor.com. In this video, I'm going to share with you an easy DIY mirror frame project. If you have a plain builder grade mirror in your bathroom that has no frame on it and you just want to style it up a little bit, this is an easy way to go. You can do it yourself. It's only going to take you less than an hour to do, and it's going to look fantastic. Here's a look at my mirror before and after. This project cost less than $30. So let's get into it and I will share with you how I made this DIY mirror frame. So here are the supplies that you'll need for this project. Everything here I purchased from Home Depot. First, you're going to need some molding. I chose the Trimfinity molding. It's a polystyrene mahogany casing molding. They're selling it in a 96-inch piece. It's about 2¼ inches wide. I also purchased the Gorilla brand tough and clear mounting anti-slip double-sided tape. This is a permanent mounting tape. I also purchased a Stanley miter box with a saw included. Of course, you'll also need a tape measure. I already had that on hand, but you can always grab a tape measure at Dollar Tree or wherever you'd like to buy one. Starting this project is very, very simple. You're going to take some measurements of your mirror, measure twice, cut once, always. So make sure you have accurate measurements of the length of your mirror and the width of your mirror. Now, when I am cutting the ends of my molding, I want them at a 45-degree angle. This is why I purchased the miter box. Now, if you have some other fancy tools, I do not have them. If you already have like a table saw or a jigsaw or a reticulating saw, these would be much easier to cut. But I didn't have any of those things, and so I got the manual hand saw with the miter box. It took a little bit of doing to get these cut through, but I was able to do it. It was not the easiest thing in the world. The box kept sliding around. It was really cheap. But it's one of those things that I just needed it for this project and it was inexpensive and it did the job. But if you have better tools, use them because you'll get done even faster. But the most important part is to make sure that you measure your length correctly and you cut your 45 degrees correctly, because you want these to kind of seamlessly go together at a really beautiful angle. You don't necessarily want a blunt 90-degree angle, although you could do that. I've seen other people do that. But because of the type of molding that I chose that was already tapered, it looked better to have them coming in at a 45-degree angle. So use the slots are already there on the miter box to help direct you and let you cut them perfectly. All you have to do is kind of line it up. What I would recommend is that you cut two identical pieces one after another so you don't get turned around. So for the mirror, your 45-degree angles are going to be the same for the top and the bottom. And then for each side, they're going to be the same. Now, I will tell you, what I made a mistake on was not paying attention to the direction of my molding. Because my molding tapered down, it had sort of like a high side and then it had a low side. And when I first cut the second piece, I had flipped my molding around wrong inside the miter box. And so it didn't line up right. It wasn't all cascading in like it should have been. It was like high side, low side, and high side, low side, and it didn't work out. And because of that, I actually had to go back and get another piece of molding. So be very careful if you have molding that tapers in. Pay attention to where your high side of the molding is and make sure that it's lined up properly. After I corrected that issue, as I went, I just simply laid out the frame on my floor to make sure that everything was lining up properly. Now, once your cuts are done and your mirror frame is laid out on the floor and everything looks good, the hard part is done. All you have to do now is stick some of the double-sided tape on the back of each of those panels. Now, you don't have to run it all the way along the back. I just cut short strips and put it sort of intermittently along the back of each of them. And then I went to the mirror. The first piece that I installed was the bottom. So I lined up the bottom, I made sure everything looked good. I peeled the backing off of the double stick tape and I pressed it right up against the mirror. And then I went in and repeated the same process for each of the sides of the mirror. And then finally I came in with the top piece and put that in there. Now you'll see in the video that I found that there was a little scratch on the molding, and essentially it was whatever paint or finish that they used on top of this plastic I had accidentally scuffed away. Now luckily I did have some like wood restore polish from another project, and I was able to sort of dab it on there to help disguise that, but definitely be careful with this. It does scratch a little bit. I haven't had any issues with it since. We've had this mirror mounted for months now, and you know, the kids use that bathroom all the time. I'm not seeing any new scratches or new issues with it. So once I was able to sort of disguise that little blemish, I think it looked fine. It was also one of those things where I was probably the only one that was ever going to notice that it was there, but still it was bothering me. So I did kind of touch it up. Of course, they have those little like wood pen sticks that you can touch up with. But again, this isn't necessarily wood, so you probably could have used any kind of paint. But because I had that finish in that deeper wood tone, it worked just fine. But that was it. That's all you really need to do to put up this DIY mirror frame. You're going to make sure that you get your miter box and your saw. You're going to cut your ends at 45 degrees and make sure everything lays in perfectly. You'll use the double-sided tape on the back, and that's it. You just mount your bottom, your sides, and then your top, and that's it. You're good to go. Now, if you do not want to have to cut molding and you think it's a little bit too labor intensive, it gave me a little bit of a sweat. I won't lie. I did have to put some muscle work into cutting those boards because, like I said, it's a plastic that's compressed down really good. So it was a little bit hard to cut through those. Frankly, I think it was probably harder to cut through that than it would have been to cut through wood. But either way, it worked itself out. But if you do not want to have to make any sorts of cuts like that, they do sell a trim tape. And you've probably seen it on like TikTok or on YouTube Shorts. This was the first thing that I experimented with. So none of my mirrors in my bathrooms came with frames when we bought the house. And so I have been looking for a way to start to add some frames to these mirrors because they really do make a huge difference. And now the mirrors that I had in my master bathroom, they were starting to get that sort of like black along the sides. And that is because basically the backing of the mirror is starting to kind of melt away. And that's due to humidity. Usually the shower will do that over time. Moisture gets behind in between the mirror and the wall. And then you start to see that black. It almost makes you think like it's mildew or something like that. But it's actually the backing of that mirror kind of melting away. And so I really wanted to hide that. I was starting to see that along the edges of our mirrors, and it looked junky to me, and I really wanted to hide it. And so the first thing that I did was I said, I'm going to try out this tape. Now the tape worked beautifully. I did the same thing. I cut at 45 degrees, but I used scissors because it's just a little piece of tape with a little wax backing to it. I was able to mount it very easily. Again, this has been up even longer. This tape has been up probably now for about 9 months or so, maybe coming on close to a year, and I have not had any trouble with it starting to peel up or anything like that. What I will say about the tape is that the wood grain on it looks so realistic that it's almost disorienting when you're looking at this mirror and it doesn't have any depth to it. It's a weird feeling. It makes you feel like a little bit like you're in a fun house. It photographs beautifully, but in person, I find it to be a little bit awkward because you want to touch it. You're expecting that it has some sort of three-dimensional depth to it, and it doesn't. And so because of that, I find that it gives me an, I don't know, it just gives me a weird feeling when I look at it. It's just like something's off here, and I can't quite pinpoint it, except I do know exactly what it is. So I don't think that that's something that I want long term, and that's why I decided to experiment with the molding option for the guest bathroom. And I really do love it. And so I'm going to go back, and I'm probably going to end up removing the tape trim and replacing it with the same trim that I did for this project. But It is an alternative option. It does, I think, look really good, and it does hold up long term. If you're interested in that tape option, I will link it in the description box below. I purchased mine from Walmart. It was an easy solution. It's inexpensive, but I find that this method with the wall molding was also very simple, and I think it looks 1,000 times better. That's it for this video. I will leave links in the description box below to all of the supplies I used for this project, as well as the alternative trim tape option if you're interested in that. I thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to visit me at decor.com. I post all about home decorating DIYs over there. If you like this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.